Changemakers and trailblazers. The Civil Rights Movement and the post war United States from 1945 to 1968. The Civil Rights Movement was a nationwide effort in the middle of the 20th century to achieve equal rights for African Americans and put an end to racial segregation and exclusion in the United States. People involved in this movement used various methods to make their demands known, such as sit ins, boycotts, protest marches, freedom rides, and lobbying government officials for new laws. Unfortunately, they faced opposition and were subjected to violence, including bombings, beatings, arrests, and even assassinations. However, by the late 1960s, the civil rights movement had made significant changes in both the law and public practices, ensuring legal protection of rights and freedoms for African Americans that would shape American society for many years to come. One important moment during this movement was the Supreme Court's decision in Brown versus the Board of Education. This ruling ended racial segregation in public schools and overturned the separate but equal principle established in Plessy v. Ferguson case in 1889. Another significant event was Rosa Parks' arrest for refusing to give up her seat on a bus, which sparked the Montgomery bus boycott and brought attention to Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., who would become a prominent figure in the civil rights movement. In 1957, the Little Rock school integration crisis occurred when 9 African American students tried to go to Central High School in Arkansas. President Dwight D. Eisenhower intervened by sending troops to protect the students and ensure their right to attend the integrated school. In 1963, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. organized the Birmingham Campaign, which included sit ins and marches to protest unfair segregation laws. While in jail, Dr. King wrote a powerful letter defending civil disobedience, known as the Letter from a Birmingham Jail. The March on Washington in 1963 was another significant event where hundreds of thousands of people gathered to demand civil rights laws and an end to discrimination. This is when Dr. King delivered his famous I Have a Dream speech at this march. In 1965, a civil rights march in Selma, Alabama, led by John Lewis, was violently attacked by police officers on the Edmund Pettus Bridge. This incident caused outrage across the country, leading to more support for the movement. Another group of marchers, led by Dr. King, crossed the bridge under the protection of National Guard troops. Around the same time, the Civil Rights Act of 1964 and the Voting Rights Act of 1965 were passed, making it illegal to discriminate based on race and limiting unfair voting restrictions. These events were major milestones in the civil rights movement, bringing an end to unjust laws and practices. They marked a long awaited victory for those fighting for equality and justice. The efforts of activists, religious leaders, and regular citizens came together to shape American society and ensure legal protection of rights and freedoms for African Americans.